The feeling of doing is what motivates me. As soon as I have a moment where I'm doing a school presentation or I'm doing a speech, the fire is just lit under me, and I remember why I'm doing this work and why it's my passion. A couple years ago, I was involved in this action targeting Phil Tagami, a super prominent developer in Oakland, who was trying to build a coal terminal through West Oakland, which is a predominantly low income, of color community that's already suffering from health issues like asthma and lung cancer that would be exacerbated by the coal terminal. We were gonna dress up as elves and deliver this scroll to him that basically said, "The kids of Oakland don't want coal for Christmas." I remember sitting there staring at him and just hearing the lies that he was telling to our faces. My heart was racing and my palms were sweating, and I was like, I can't just sit here and not do anything. Like, what can I do? And so he said, like, you don't have all of the information. So I said, could you give us the rest of the information?
It's all online.
Give us the spiel. The interaction with Phil Tagami was one of my first direct actions, and I just realized how empowering it felt to stand up to him and say something. What I learned at that action is that this climate crisis is directly tied to racism and greed and economic exploitation. And if we don't challenge and face the systems that brought us to this climate crisis, then we're not going to be able to actually change anything.
We have power. We have the ability to stop this.
I'm an activist with Youth vs. Apocalypse. Youth vs. Apocalypse has had a huge role in redefining what the climate movement is. We have shown people how important it is that people of color are leading this movement, and that people who are actually from communities that are being targeted are telling the story.
Isha is just very confident about speaking truth to power. And she does it in a way that's not disrespectful, but neither is it getting intimidated. And I think that really can throw power holders off, because they're used to sort of being able to deflect and defer.
I was invited to speak at a rally outside of Dianne Feinstein's office. Our goal was to get her to vote yes on the resolution for the Green New Deal that was being introduced to Congress.
Our earth is dying, literally, and it is gonna be a pricey and ambitious plan that is needed.
That's Dianne Feinstein, the senator from California, being confronted by teens and preteens.
She came back at us with a lot of pushback, and the video went viral. I've had people tell me that interaction with Senator Feinstein was a defining moment in the movement to popularize the Green New Deal, and that is so important because it's the first idea that's respected the intersectionality of the climate crisis and the science surrounding the climate crisis. What that moment made me realize is that people in power are just people, and that you have to talk to people, see people face to face to really impact them.
How many of y'all have heard of climate change before?
Youth vs. Apocalypse is a statement as much as it is a group of people. Youth have been handed the responsibility to fight this apocalypse that has nothing to do with us because we didn't create it. And I know that though we still have this gap of time where we can do something, it's getting very limited. And so I feel the pressure of the clock ticking. I'm trying to save the world. I mean, honestly, isn't that the goal?